Hello and welcome. My name is Kyle and welcome back to another episode of my Stranding 2 walkthrough. This is episode number 9. And in the last episode, we had a very, very interesting thing happen. We kind of had one of the flashbacks that we had in the first game, which was very, very interesting. And we also kind of saw the beginnings of a new character who was alive that shouldn't have been. So if you missed that episode, definitely be sure to check that out. But we're going to be picking up right where we left off at the end of that last episode. If you did miss it, definitely make sure you watch that one first, or else this episode might be very, very confusing. But anyways, let's go ahead and get back into the world of Death Stranding 2. Oh, the beauty to have no loading screens. Okay, so here it says, trapped in a strange realm. Shortly after extending the chiral network to the Northern Environmental Observatory, Sam is dragged into a strange realm where he battles an unidentified man and eventually manages to defeat him. Okay. We also have... Did I read this? I don't know if I read this in the last episode. But we kind of already know this. So... Okay. Yeah, I definitely did read that. All right. So we've got, go to the room next door. We've got some Dollman quotes.
Are you sure you're all right, Sam? I did notice that you were tossing and turning in your sleep. And I'm still not sure what to make of the girl we found in that other place. Why don't we do as Fragile suggested and visit her in the next room?
Any other quotes? Nope. Okay. We also have, I think, a new uniform. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we've got squares. Okay. I think I'm going to leave the one I have on right now. Since we're doing probably a cutscene, I'm going to make sure I don't wear sunglasses, because wearing sunglasses for cutscenes is weird. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and head to the next room and see what is what.
Come on.
You're okay. Come on. Careful, careful,
Come on.
careful.
Come down.
You got it?
Come on.
Thanks.
This is what happens when she has nightmares, it seems.
There are those who connect with the beach during REM sleep, allowing a tremendous amount of chiralium to flow into their bodies.
Hey, is your wrist gonna be okay?
Yeah. We ran some blood and DNA tests on her. And checked her for signs of injury.
As far as we can tell from a medical perspective, her health is in perfect condition. But that doesn't make the crystalloid shell in which we found her any less troubling. Not to mention the tar-like fluid that came pouring out of it. We're still analyzing both. And there's more.
You mean those suckers?
Indeed. But that's not what I'd call them. Much closer to a chiral rash, I would say. You know how chiral allergies can sometimes trigger goosebumps? It's like that, except a fair bit worse. The tar-like secretions can accelerate the passage of time on contact, it seems.
We suspect she has dooms too.
And that when she's levitating, she's experiencing the nightmares common amongst sufferers.
That space or realm she left behind to come here. The fellow we saw called it Nirvana, I believe. But to me, it looked like the land of the dead.
Even so, she's a living human being. And I believe that she was born in that place. After things settled down, I spoke with her for a little. Or tried to. She was still in shock, which made it harder to communicate.
Did she tell you her name?
It doesn't seem like she has one. As far as I could tell. So, I named her myself. Tomorrow.
Interesting. So that, of course, is the woman that we were introduced to in the last episode, at the end of last episode.
We've recently received a report of brigands engaging in suspicious activity to the west. I'm sure you'd like to push on, but I don't think we can afford to ignore this. Please access the DHB Magellan's delivery terminal to undertake this main order.
Okay, take on main orders at the DHV Magellan's terminal.
Was that tasty, Sam? Tomorrow, a mysterious young woman from the world of the dead. I hope she makes a swift recovery. I just can't stop thinking about that place. It was filled with the spirits of the dead, a vast number, beyond counting. And the man who attacked us without any explanation. I don't have any idea who he is. Do you? It was a place that belonged to the dead. And while we were trapped there, only a scant few seconds seem to have passed here. It's like the beach in that regard. Time flows differently there, relative to how it does in our world. Those battlefields you once journeyed to were also pockets of reality outside of ours. But this was different. Perhaps we'll be able to understand it better if we ever get the chance to go there again. Which isn't to say that I want to go back.
Okay. Now, if it's anything like the first game, we'll be back there multiple times. Okay, really quick. I wanted to check the... something over here, the corpus, I believe. Databank. We've got some information on Rainy. Okay, I'll go ahead and let you guys pause and read that if you would like to. And we've got Tomorrow. And this one's pretty short, so I'll just read this one to you guys. A young woman who came to this world from a realm inhabited by the dead. Sam found Tomorrow encased in a chrysalis, rescued her, and took her back to the DHV Magellan, where Tarman and Fragile cut open the chrysalis to reveal the young woman covered in tar. Fragile decided to call her Tomorrow. Now, one of the things I wanted to read up on as well is the... let's see, where is it? The rash that they said. Chiral density gauges. Terraforming equipment. Probably is going to be down here, I would guess. Tools. Vehicles. Organizations. There's a lot. Oh, here we go. Chiral cinders. Strange realm, Nirvana. Okay. Again, we can read, on his mission across North America and establish the UCA, Sam repeatedly found himself transported to mysterious space beyond the borders of its world. Time passed differently, moving hours for every moment in our world, and its very fabric was permeated by the regrets of those who had died in wars long past. The mysterious space that Sam has encountered on his current mission is all too similar, and yet Dollman says it is not a battlefield. What this might mean in practice remains unclear. Nirvana is a Buddhist concept. It refers to the enlightened state of freedom and joy achieved by those who break free from the cycle of birth and rebirth known as samsara. The space in which Sam has found himself, however, appears to be something very different. I kind of figured we would find what they said about... oh, here we go. We should find it in here. There we go. Chiral rash. Doom sufferers are known to react to chiral density by involuntarily crying or developing goosebumps that may break out into a chiral rash. Such responses are known as chiral allergic reactions. Ordinarily, goosebumps are triggered in reaction to cold temperatures and psychological stresses, such as fear or surprise. Chiral allergic reactions, however, occur as a result of Doom sufferers' sensitivity to the world of the undead. Interesting. Okay, let's get back to it. Again, I think I'm going to start incorporating timestamps into these videos, so... you guys can feel free to skip through stuff if you would like to. But let's go ahead and get back to it.
Before I forget, Sam, it seems you left some cargo behind outside the Northern Environmental Observatory, where the tar bubbled up before we were whisked away to the other side. You remember all that excitement, yes? Anyway, Tarman was kind enough to collect your cargo for us. It's been placed in your private locker aboard the DHV Magellan.
All right.
Sam, we've received an urgent request from the Northern Environmental Observatory. Brigands to the west of the facility have got their hands on a large stockpile of weapons and have taken it back to their base. This happened shortly after the recent Tarfall abated. The surrounding area was littered with a massive quantity of cargo that had been washed up by the tar. The Brigands wasted no time gathering up everything they could and hauling it back to their encampment. This included weapons and gear unlike any we've seen before. And now we've begun observing new Brigand units in the field. These ones are wearing red, reinforced armor, accented with luminescent light strips. As their unique appearance suggests, they're more resistant to damage. Melee and electrical attacks are especially ineffective against them. These units have clearly been outfitted for close quarters combat, and their sudden deployment is troubling to say the least. Their presence likely indicates that the Brigands are gearing up for a raid of some sort. If we ignore this development, the Brigands could use their new toys to attack the observatory, and there's no telling what might happen then. So we need to seize all of them before they have a chance to do so. Moreover, the latest data from the observatory strongly suggests an explosion of some sort occurred just beneath the Earth's surface not long ago. APAS analyzed the shockwave and has concluded that it is consistent with the type produced by ground-penetrating ordnance. This leads us to believe that the cargo the Brigands secured may have included powerful explosive material. Directly assaulting the Brigands using firearms risks triggering these devices, and we cannot predict how that would affect the region. Any sort of catastrophic explosion may also have an adverse impact on the tar currents. It is therefore critical that you avoid combat and secure the cargo without alerting them if possible. I implore you to take on this main order, Sam. And soon.
Okay. Recover all weapon sets and burrowing bombs stolen by the Brigands. Okay. So it said avoid detection at all costs. So we've been absolutely terrible at that lately. So what we should do is we should, since again I don't think we can get harmed by not being stealthy, I think it's probably a good idea for us to get up to some high ground. If we can. You know what? I think I'm just going to go to A2 and then we'll just kind of scan the land from there. Okay, so we have some APAS enhancements. We have only 65. So projectile. Shows where incoming thrown projectiles such as grenades or rods are predicted to land by analyzing real-time enemy movements. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that one. Can we afford any others? Swift Needle Postbox hacking. That one might be useful for what we're doing. Okay, we'll leave that be. Let's see. What do we have in our backpack? Okay, alright, that's good enough for now. Alright. Guess there's not a whole lot we can do, so I guess we better just head out. And we're definitely going to need a vehicle as well, so we probably should drive. Now, it might be actually worthwhile to drive over to the observatory real quick and grab any other gear we might need.
Good morning to you. Please take care.
Because of course these guys are going to have a lot more materials. For us to fabricate with. So I want to grab another sniper rifle. And just in case the bullet gun is so good, we do have one. So I think I might just honestly just do another sniper rifle. Just because we have a really bad habit of missing a lot of shots, so probably is going to be a good idea to finally do that. And then when we focus on sniping, we can just, you know, be in a better spot. Okay, so our objective is right over this way. So I wonder if we could climb up this mountain.
Stretch my legs.
And get a really good view of the base. Now, one of the things I was also going to say is we found out that they have that orange armor. We all know what that orange armor is. It's from Higgs's group. Okay, alright, Dollman.
Oh boy.
Do your thing, Dollman. Can we zoom in?
How'd I do, Sam? Nice catch.
Okay, let's see if we can keep climbing up this. Because if we can climb up this, we should be able to actually get a really good sniper angle on him. Can we? Yes, we sure can. Oh, yeah. This is perfect.
A word of warning, Sam. That sniper rifle doesn't appear to be equipped with a suppressor, meaning it will make considerable noise when fired. Take care not to attract the enemy's attention.
Okay, so that guy is 300 meters away. Is there anybody closer? Not really. Okay, so he's 264. Okay, he's moving. This might be a little bit too far away. But it is a really good spot. Oh, there's a guy there. He's only 198. Okay, we missed. I don't even know how we missed. That felt kind of terrible, actually. You still have no idea where I am. There's somebody over here, 300 meters away. 350, I guess I should say. Stay still. I'm definitely a little confused about how he missed that shot that badly. What the heck? They're so confused. I wish I understood this sniper rifle. Because that wall is... Okay, let's just test it on the wall. We have a shot to spare. So that wall is 198 meters away. Actually, let's just go to the top of the wall. The top of the wall is 198 meters away. So I guess that would just be the first rung, right? Yeah. And then this guy... Say what? What the heck just happened to him? Okay, then. What the heck happened to that guy? He just fell over. Okay. And there's a couple guys there as well. Can I see anybody else? I think that's a guy. Is that an enemy? Okay, now he's 249. It was a guy. Okay. That's so weird. Here I am kind of carrying my shot, being clever, being smart, but we haven't had to do it a lot. As much as I thought. Okay, slow down. Can you stop moving? Forward, reverse, forward, reverse. Okay, we might have to get closer to those guys. Especially if they're going to be just sticking in the vehicle. Unless they stop. Oh, shoot, they keep moving. Yeah, this is bad. That they keep moving. Definitely makes it more difficult. I'm just trying to see if there's anybody else. And I really can't see anybody right now. At least in my line of sight, I can't see anybody. Except for the two guys driving. Oh, shoot. Keep pressing the wrong button. Missed. Okay, I might go down. Those guys are annoying me. That's another. Whoops. That's another thing I might edit out. Or, I mean, as I said, I was going to use timestamps, and that might be one of the things that, you know, you guys can feel free to skip through if you don't want to see me just sit there and try and aim at those guys. Yeah, I think we literally got everybody. Now oh shoot, I should have drove over here, shouldn't I? Oh well. It means we're gonna have to run back, but that's not a problem. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to sprint. Crap. My gosh, it has a turret on it? Oh, I see. I'm trying to... I wonder why only 4 of those enemies were marked, when there's a lot more than that around here. Okay. Glad I brought another sniper rifle with me. Okay. Oh, there's more. This guy is moving so weird. Holy crap. Okay, you know what? Let's switch to our AR. Was there somebody else? There's a guy here. Okay. Man, this game is weird. I gotta say, this game is a little bit weird sometimes. Okay, let's go back to our vehicle. I mean, we did good, though. I wouldn't say we did terrible by any means. My sniper accuracy is so bad, though. Like, it's actually terrible. Dang, my car has 14,000 likes? Heck yeah. That might be the amount of likes on this channel combined over the last year and a half or so. But yeah, let's go ahead and head over there. I am glad I brought 2 sniper rifles with me. That was a good idea. So the Brigands are obviously working with Higgs. Higgs from the grave. If they're able to get that orange armor. I mean, we could of course always try and do one of those stealthy at some point, but I don't know. I just have more fun. Just have more fun going in guns blazing. It's more fun that way. As my first-person shooter experience, or my shooter game experience has been. Alright. Let's see. Now we can definitely draw a route. Let me go to my map here. And we will go down here, over and up. I mean, if we can, doing those big deliveries is just a lot easier. Okay, let's keep on going. I better go down here. There we go.
Just a bit further now.
Okay, there's all the stuff we need. Yeah, I think compared to
Did you just drop some cargo, Sam?
gosh darn it. Okay. Got a few more things over here. Is this all we need?
Well done, Sam.
Yep.
That's the last of the cargo. Let's head to our destination and make the delivery.
Oh, yeah, I forget we have a bomb, so we need to be really careful. In fact, I'm gonna save. Real quick. Because if you know, you know. From the first game, I didn't realize we were carrying a bomb. Alright. Okay, so we just need to be careful. That's all. The game will tell us if we're putting too much damage on the bomb. And in fact, it should actually flash red in the actual vehicle itself if we are damaging it too much. So we should be good. Just have to drive careful. Yeah, this is, again, as I said, this is one of the rare games in Rare Games series where I'm always like dying to know what's gonna happen next. Like, where's the story gonna take us next? I mean, I've played other games like that, like God of War Ragnarok and some other PlayStation exclusive games, but really this one, I don't know, the Death Stranding series of games is just special. They really are. And again, I have no idea if this is going to be the last one we ever get, or if there's going to be more. After this, I guess we're going to have to see how it ends. It's really going to determine a lot. But in all reality, Death Stranding 1 could have been the last end of the series. And it turned out not to be, so we'll have to see. Boom, beautiful. Did it without any damage. Heck yeah.
Whoa, did you really go out and steal all that stuff from the Brigands? Way to go, Sam. Let me get started on processing your haul. I can't find a single scratch on any of this stuff. You truly
Nice.
are one of a kind.
Nice, now we're up to 1,700 likes. Heck yeah.
You have accomplished so much, done things only
Guide
you could have
post.
done. We want you to have this data as thanks.
Nice. Used as landmarks, several guideposts can be deployed to mark out a route through the landscape. Walk a path often enough and you won't need any directions. Cool. 80 meter bridges are now available. Heck yeah. And we got 15 to our A-Pass enhancement. And our bandwidth has been increased. Heck yeah.
We've increased your allocation of materials. Our way of saying thanks.
Wow. That's like double. Fantastic.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Wow, we got all the way up to 82 from that. Great. Expert mover level 2.
The guidepost data we just shared with you is great for making landmarks to prevent people from getting lost, even at night. And when you do place them, you'll find they're useful not only for getting your bearings, but also for creating routes that will facilitate travel for everyone. Aside from that, we've also made it so you can now use your PCC to fabricate bridges up to 80 meters in length. The rivers ahead of you are prone to flooding, so I imagine extra long bridges will be especially handy. Oh, and Sam, there's actually one other thing I wanted to talk about. Call it a little insight into the cargo you recovered on our behalf. It included a device I believe you guys have taken to calling a chiral jammer. These jammers are capable of disrupting the flow of local tar currents. In addition, you also recovered some explosives modded to be able to penetrate the ground and detonate within the tar. This would destabilize the currents over a large area. Needless to say, both these items could have been used to deliver an enormous blow to the chiral network. In other words, we've really dodged a bullet. But what I'd like to know is why this tech wound up in their hands in the first place. Can't chalk it up to pure chance. Honestly, it's almost like those brigands knew in advance that the tar was hiding cargo. We've got to consider the possibility that someone gave them a heads up. Food for thought on the road ahead.
Excellent work, Sam. You'll be happy to hear that tomorrow's regained consciousness. Once you're back on board the DHV Magellan, you should see for yourself.
Cool.
Order completed.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go meet this new character. Enemy bases threat increase.
Take care of yourself.
Leaving an enemy base to its own devices will allow its threat level to increase. Enemy bases with higher threat levels often contain large supplies of valuable resources. Defeating every enemy in a base will reduce its threat level. This will leave fewer enemies guarding the base in the future. Okay. Cool. Alright. Good to know. And we did do that in the previous episode. Is we actually did a lot of... We actually got all those guys out of there. And I think that made a huge difference. Okay, let's go meet tomorrow.
Stop it.
Someone doesn't like shoes? She won't even touch any normal food. But at least we managed to convince her to take a shower. No, tomorrow. We don't do that.
Seems like a real handful.
She just needs some time to settle.
You must be tired, Sam. Get some rest.
I mean, it does make sense why she acts like a baby. I mean, if we think about it, if you've never been, all of us here, I mean, I'm an adult, obviously making this video. I grew up, and got all that stuff out when I was a baby. But if you've never been exposed to the real world, it might be kind of, you might have to learn a lot of things, such as that, by the time you're an adult, you would know, like, you don't suck your thumb and that type of stuff. You wear shoes and all that.
Yeah, it's Charlie. Be advised that we have a new assignment waiting for you. I'll need to brief you on upcoming objectives as well. Access the delivery terminal at the Northern Environmental Observatory to take on this main order.
So I'm sure we'll learn more about this character as we continue to play, of course. Although it is interesting that she's blonde, because I thought when we were looking at her just a little bit ago before the mission started that she was brown-haired. Maybe it was because of the tar? Again, lots to learn.
That sure looked good, Sam. Sam, been a while since you had a proper shower, wouldn't you say? Tomorrow seemed to react negatively to overstimulation. This is likely just a defensive mechanism, so to speak. A way to safeguard her mind from the strange and unfamiliar. At times like these, it's best to limit the number of people attempting to help the distressed individual. So let's trust in Rainy and Fragile to take care of her. You've been receiving more dangerous orders. I respect your willingness to undertake them without any fuss. Please, don't hesitate to rely on me for assistance if you ever find yourself in need of it. While I'm incapable of fighting like you, if you throw me toward your enemies, I can keep them distracted for a short while at least. Ah, yes. The Brigands' vehicles are of a rather antiquated design, significantly different from the standard pickup off-roader. You won't be able to get them repaired at distribution centers or on the DHV Magellan. Can't even store them in a garage. They're enemy property after all. Too risky to bring inside our facilities. Could be booby-trapped. I'd not get into the habit of using them too often if I were you.
Okay. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see. Character development in this game is always really, really good. Or in these games, I should say, is always really, really good. So we should have no issues learning more about tomorrow in a very interesting way. All right, I think let's go ahead and check on Lou. We haven't checked on him in a while. Well, at least in this play session, we haven't checked on him in a while.
That's right, just sleep.
Again, I absolutely love Lou. I'm so sad that he died. But let's head to the surface. Man, our character looks so cool in the black and red combination. Big fan. Okay, Northern Environmental Observatory.
Sam, by linking up the various sites farther to the north, you'll eventually be able to establish a connection to Hartman's facility. In short, it's time to tackle the northern part of the continent. Start by bringing the F2 South Distribution Center into the network. Some of the staff there are former residents of Cape Fort Knot who managed to escape the city before it was swallowed up by the tar. In addition to overseeing distribution operations, they also protect the facility from would-be assailants. Unfortunately, local chiral contamination levels are extremely high, leading to disturbing reports of paranormal phenomena near the facility. The cargo you're tasked with delivering should aid staff in dealing with this issue. Accept the main order from this delivery terminal to proceed.
All right. Interesting. Looks like cryobites or something? Necrobites. How much is it? 44? Okay, we might be able to walk to this one. In fact, we probably should. Especially if there's a BT area. But let's go ahead and chart this thing out. I mean, we might be able to actually drive over here. It just depends. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. We could potentially drive through here. And then go up to...
Delivery route finalized. This cargo has been designated Do Not Submerge.
Okay, do not submerge. That's fine. Okay, we don't need to fabricate any equipment. We're pretty good. Pretty good for now, I think. I should probably...
Thank you.
How many ladders do we have? I always need to remember that. I need to double check that. Because if you don't have ladders, you're screwed. The only tool I have is a floating carrier. Okay. Yeah, we probably should fabricate a ladder or two. Let's do 4. Just in case we need to, and then we'll do 2 climbing anchors. Okay, we'll go ahead and place all this stuff in our backpack for now. And one thing I also want to do... I don't think I have a private locker here. Okay, I do want to head back to the Magellan real quick. Because I want to drop off... We don't need to have this many weapons on us. We really, really don't. Especially if there's no brigand areas nearby. Which, let me go ahead and double check the map again real quick. Is there any... Yeah, there's no brigand areas, so we don't need to... So we definitely don't need to worry about having a bunch of weapons with us. I mean, I will keep, like, at minimum the LMG. But I think that's pretty much it for now. I'll leave the LMGs. I'll make sure we have blood grenades, which I think we have a bunch of those, so... Facility storage. There we go. Oh, I have a bunch of them in my storage. Okay. I guess we didn't need to craft that many. But let's see. Carried on back. We've got plenty of blood grenades. That's 10. Let me go ahead and put... The shotgun will also kill... Okay, I'll go ahead and put that stuff in here. Oh, and you have 2 blood grenades on... Oops. On our inventory already. Okay, that should make things a little bit better. How are our boots doing? 47%? We should probably fabricate another one of those real quick. Floating carrier. We'll go ahead and put that in our locker as well. We don't need that right now. Okay, as far as blood grenades go, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 3 blood bags. Okay, we're doing really good on stuff. Minus, of course, that. Okay, and then we'll grab ourselves another pair of boots. Fabricate those. And we'll put those on our boot clip. Beautiful. Okay, now we're good for a long time. And that looks so much more organized. And we're also we're down to 110 pounds now. Okay, so I hope that our route is close enough to avoid fighting any BTs, but once we get there, we can of course redraw it if we need to. Okay, again, now I'm assuming... Again, this is the BT area. Again, we should just be able to drive right around it. First smart. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's just keep it. Let's just keep things easy here. We've got. Oh, we also need to remember we have our blood. Whatever you call it. Is it going to be on our weapons? Yeah, we have this. Dang. You better be careful with that. I just was looking and our blood levels go down really, really, really fast. If we're not careful with that. Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and hop out. Oh, it's a baby. That is sad. Okay. So far, so good. I should just be able to go back to our drive-in here. I believe. Okay, that one's pretty far away. I think we should be good to avoid that one. Okay, but that one, on the other hand, I think is probably unavoidable. And I always default to yes. If I at all can, I always default to unavoidable because... we might as well get this one while we're at it. Okay, wow, these ones are all one-shot. So I guess these are not the Watchers. The ones that take a lot more damage to hit. Wait. Oh, there it is. That's so sad. You guys remember the first game? That was almost the only moment in the entire game where I almost cried. It was so sad. And I'll give just a spoiler alert for the first game in 3, 2, 1. That character, Lochna, that I thought we could have maybe interacted with in the beginning of the game, okay, we should be able to avoid that guy. She had a baby.
This river's rising, Sam. We mustn't underestimate the potential risks here.
And the baby... Crap. Did I drive too fast? No, we're good. That was just the sound of the... Okay, that was just the sound of the BT area being done. But anyways, the baby died and turned into a BT, so she was stuck in her lair. Or in her lair. Sounds so bad. In her workshop area because of the BT, which was her infant, her baby was attached to her, and it was so sad. Because again, spoiler alert for the first game, they actually... Sam helped free her. And what I mean by that is he cut the BT umbilical cord. So as we've been playing, you guys have been able to notice the fact that the BTs kind of have a line to them that comes out of their body. And what that line does is that line is their umbilical cord, basically. And what we learned in the first game is that umbilical cord ties them to Earth, basically, or connects them to the beach or something like that. And so when we kill them, we send them, we kill them all the way and send them back to their beach permanently. And so what happened in the first game is we cut the umbilical cord of the baby of Lochna's baby that died and return it to the beach, and it was so freaking sad. Again, if you haven't played the first game, I highly, highly encourage it. It is an excellently made game. Again, it's long, but it's excellent. I highly, highly encourage it.